Which of these leafy greens was dubbed the pizza herb by U.S. GIs returning home from Italy after World War II? Which one of these is it? Is it parsley, basil, oregano, or rosemary? Once again, which of these leafy greens was dubbed the pizza herb by U.S. GIs returning home from Italy after World War II?
That was my celebration.
Parsley,
YouTube is available.
Yes, we're on YouTube now. Parsley, basil, oregano, or rosemary. Just in time. Maybe you just missed the first 5 questions, but now you're here, you're ready for the game. I'm so sorry for that little delay. We just had, sometimes gremlins, they get in the machines. They make it so we can't get to what we want to do. But we got it, so we're there. We're going to figure it out and have it ready for the rest of the game. All right, so I asked you which one of these leafy greens was dubbed the pizza herb after World War II, coming back from Italy. The answers you guys went with, we had 5 for basil, we had 2 for oregano. Your correct answer was oregano. So, pizza, maybe a little more challenging than we thought it might be. Let's see how we're doing so far. We're going to see who's been able to jump in so far. But if you haven't been able to get in yet, now we're up on YouTube. You can scan that QR code and get ready for the second half of this game. Don't worry, we still got 4 more rounds of trivia. Plenty of questions coming your way. All right, so in first place so far, we got Media Killers hanging out with us on the couch, and Brandy and Mitch Dodge in second and third place, respectively. Way to go, Brandy and Mitch, playing with us together. We got Casserole in the house in fourth place so far. Turbo managing to get points while also getting us back online, so way to go, Jeff. Thank you for doing that. We had Real John joining us. We got Team Bucks, Daphne and Patrick in the house. Thank you, Daphne and Patrick, for checking us out and hanging out with us. And, hey, Shady Ladies here. I'm sorry if you guys weren't able to get in for those first 5 questions, but don't worry, we got a lot of fun stuff coming your way. Now, again, whoever wins this round, yeah, sometimes we just technology. It should just be hard, so that's all good. But yeah, we got more questions coming your way. Whoever wins this round, we got 5 more questions coming your way about pizza, and whoever wins this round is going to be a spicy meatball. And it can really be anybody's game. We haven't had that many points given out yet. So let's see our next question. Let's get into it with question number 6. All right, here we go. Despite sharing its name with a U.S. state, Hawaiian pizza actually originated in which of these countries? Is it Australia, Canada, South Africa, or Italy? Once again, despite sharing its name with a U.S. state, Hawaiian pizza actually originated in which of these countries? Is it Australia, Canada, South Africa, or Italy? Few more seconds to tell me. Thank you. Yeah. It happens. All right, y'all. Now we got those answers in. Let's see what you got for us this time. The ones you guys went with. There we go. We had 5 answers for Australia with 6 for Canada and 1 for our last answer. Now I have to remember how to move to see what it is. Oh, I can't see it that way. It's all good. Your correct answer this time is Canada. Canada is your correct answer. If you're not familiar with what is on Hawaiian pizza, that's of course pineapple and Canadian bacon, or ham is the other way we call it, right? But Canadian bacon. So Canadian is what that pizza's origin is. All right, question number 7. Now, what is the familial name for this thin, rectangular style of pizza popular in Long Island, New York? Yeah, so that kind of pizza's got a specific name, and it's popular in Long Island. Don't forget, answers will be the fastest on your devices. Answers available are Mama, Grandma, Grandpa, and Papa. So which familial name is it for this thin, rectangular style of pizza popular in Long Island, New York? Is that Mama Pizza, Grandma Pizza, Grandpa Pizza, or Papa Pizza? All right, y'all, you got a few more seconds. All right, your answers are in. Let's see what you guys went with. All right, so we had 2 for Mama. We had, looks like 8 for Grandma. We had another 2 for Grandpa and 2 for Papa. So all of them getting at least 2, but our most popular answer this time was Grandma Pizza. Yes, that is Grandma Pizza that you're looking at. All right, y'all. We will continue with a couple more questions about pizza. Now, for this one, we're looking for a city. In what U.S. tourist destination can McDonald's customers find the only outlet still selling the McPizza? I did not know there was McPizza until I came across this trivia. So, which U.S. tourist destination still offers McPizza? Is it Las Vegas, Washington, Chicago, or Orlando? Once again, in what U.S. tourist destination can McDonald's customers find the only outlet still selling the McPizza? Is that Las Vegas, Washington, D.C., Chicago, or Orlando? All right, y'all. Answers are in. Let's find out what you got. All right, for this one, we got a really even split this time between Vegas, Chicago, and Orlando. All of them getting at least 4, with Vegas getting 5 answers. Yes, let's see what it was. Your correct answer this time is Orlando. Yes, Orlando. Not too far from the Disney Resort, I believe. All right, we got 2 more questions coming your way about pizza. Now, what celebrity chef featured a delivery pizza topped with hundreds of dollars worth of caviar on an episode of his Netflix cooking series, Dinner Time, in 2024? Which one of these celebrity chefs was it? Is it Maddie Matheson, Guy Fieri, Bobby Flay, or David Chang? Once again, what celebrity chef featured delivery pizza topped with hundreds of dollars worth of caviar on an episode of his Netflix cooking series, Dinner Time, in 24? Maddie Matheson, Guy Fieri, Bobby Flay, or David Chang? Did you say you went to high school with him? I don't want to say what Ricardo said on the mic, but yeah, he has a little trivia factoid. He says he went to high school with him. So yeah, let's talk about it in just a second. All right, let's see the answers that people got. All right, so we had, looks like 3 for Marty Matheson, 4 for Bobby Flay, 1 for Guy Fieri, and 6 for David Chang. Your correct answer was... Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. David Chang. Yeah. So what high school did you say you went to? McLean High School. Where's that at? That's not here, is it? Outside of D.C. in the Northern Virginia area. Oh, okay, cool. So he was a senior when Ricardo was a sophomore over there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So now you know a little bit more about David Chang if you didn't know that before. All right, y'all. We got your final question for this round. And for this one, we're talking about some old pizza. Question number 10. In what year did Lombardi's, the oldest pizza restaurant in the United States, open its doors in New York's Little Italy? Is it 1875, 1895, 1905, or 1925? All those answers 20 years apart from each other. Once again, in what year did Lombardi's, the oldest pizza restaurant in the United States, open its doors in New York's Little Italy? Answers: 1875, 1895, 1905, and 1925. All right, if you think you know, or if you got a good guess, make that guess, see what you get. Got a few seconds left.
I'll take places I forgot to visit in Manhattan for
this would absolutely, now that I know this factoid, this would absolutely be on my list of places I would go check out on a New York trip.
You know, we had Tribeca.
I mean, you got a bunch of stuff to check out there.
Or this.
I had a homie who was in New York, and it's weird because I didn't specifically go sightseeing, but just walking from my venue to my hotel room, we saw so much famous stuff because that's just the way that city's laid out. All right, y'all. Let's see what you guys went with. All right. Almost a dead even split between 1875, 1895, and 1905. Your correct answer this time was 1905. Yes, they'll be turning 120 years old next year. All right, so those were your 10 questions. Let's see how you guys did. And this time we're going to declare our top 3, and whoever's our winner, you're going to be our spicy meatball for this round. But don't worry, all of your points get added up. We will have an overall winner. You will be the trivia traveler with the most points at the end of the night, if that's you. Now in third place with 320 points, it's Casserole. Cassie, hanging out with us in the studio. Way to go, you got third.
Nice.
Right in front, it's Turbo with 328 points.
Trying.
And in first place, it's Media Killers. Media Killers. Now, everyone in here didn't have to deal with the technical difficulties, so we'll chalk it a little bit up to that. Just playing.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, it's all
Everybody
good.
gets a handicap.
Yeah, but you know what? It's all good because we got 4 more rounds of trivia with all kinds of stuff coming your way, so you never know what's going to happen. I'm going to go over and look at the rest of our rankings and find out who all is joining us today. So let's see. In 4th place, we had Patrick and Daphne, Team Bucks. I'm not sure if it's both you guys. If it's just one of y'all, let me know. Say hey in the chat. We got Real John playing with us. We got Brandy. We got Ted Cruzamaki. Ted, thank you for playing with us. Say hey to Ted. Thank you for joining us tonight. We got Mitch Dodge in the house, Darren, Melody, J-Dog, Adriana and Nana. We got Shady Lady, Steel, MGM. Oh, Martin, thank you for playing. Welcome back, Martin. Happy to see you again, boss. And so, yeah, we got a lot of people joining us. Thank you guys all
Mitch,
for joining
thank
us.
you so much for taking time out of your wrestling evening or watching us simultaneously. That's great. We love it. You and Brandy, really the heart of the show, really.
We appreciate... Oh, yeah. No, I mean, if he's watching wrestling, like, I would be watching wrestling. I was watching wrestling videos right before I came over here. Like, I keep up with the show. All right, y'all. But, yeah, so that was our first round of trivia. We've got more trivia coming your way. And in this next round of trivia, well, I've mentioned it. You can see our spooky background. We've got our owls here. We're doing our owl press conference. We've got another round of trivia coming your way, and this one will be about Halloween. I call this one TV that is scary good. Yes, a whole round of trivia dedicated to Halloween TV specials and special Halloween episodes of TV series. Not as many questions about the main scary shows, more about the special episodes of some shows that had featured Halloween. But we're gonna have some of the other stuff in there too. A little bit of everything. So all kinds of fun TV Halloween trivia. If you have a favorite TV Halloween episode or a favorite Halloween scary TV show, drop it in the chat. Let us know. We're gonna kick off this next round of trivia in just under 7 minutes. So get another drink, get comfortable. Yes, there will be Simpsons throughout this round and maybe throughout the evening. We'll see what's in store for you after this round of trivia about TV that is scary good.
Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
I had to get back on because that's my jam. Ooh, that's spooky. All right, too scary. You're gonna freak out Ricardo. You're gonna freak out me. You're gonna freak out Ricardo. You keep doing that.
Sorry, I got a
no,
little
I'm just
deep.
messing around. No, it's good. I love spooky time. But yeah, we got a whole round of trivia coming your way, all about spooky TV, scary Halloween episodes. I always love it when you watch a sitcom and you get to look forward to every Halloween when they have a Halloween episode, what they dress up as. We're definitely gonna have some questions about some of those famous costumes. So yeah, does anybody have a favorite Halloween here in the studio, Halloween episode of something or anything like that? Yeah, the Treehouse of Horrors. Treehouse of Horror, always iconic, always classic. Something I'll go out of my way every year to watch one or two of, to just oh yeah,
Scream 1.
Scream 1. Oh yeah, we talked about Scream a lot last week, right? Original Scream is something I'll try to watch almost every year if I get around to it. So yeah, I'm a big spooky guy. I'm looking forward to this round of trivia. I want to shout out people who are saying hey in the chat. good to see Daphne Buckley in the chat, and she was letting us know it's Daphne and Patrick. So good to see both y'all. Always good. Thinking about you guys recently, I got to DJ their wedding, and now my wedding season is blowing up, and so it's really cool to be like, oh yeah, I wouldn't be here without having done their wedding. So it's cool to see you guys. Martin, good to see you too. Yeah, glad to be back in the chat. Glad to have you, buddy. Always fun to have you guys around. Since you guys are joining us for the first time in a minute, always want to let you guys know when things are changing and moving and shaking. We do have our little hiatus coming up, not next week, but the week after, election night, right? Tuesday nights, we're here every
Get
Tuesday.
all them people out to vote,
Yeah.
because you know what they're voting for. You don't even know what they're voting for.
I never tell people what to vote for, but I will say vote, because, that's the only
That's right,
yeah,
Danny. You
yeah.
tell them, get out there.
What is it? Democracy only works if we all participate in it. That's the way I always feel. All right, so the way we're going to do trivia, though, is trivia is not a democracy. It's a trivia hierarchy. And, yeah, whoever does the triviatocracy, meritocracy. Yeah, like you get merit points. We've got a whole bunch of trivia, and whoever has the most points is going to end up at the highest point of that trivia hierarchy. But we'll get back to that in a second. I just want to let you guys finish that thought, though, in case you didn't catch it. We will be off the week of the election, so go do your thing, go take care of business, and we're going to take the night off for that week. But then we'll be back every Tuesday in November. We're going to be back next Tuesday. I'm going to be in costume. That's going to be a fun time, so make sure you tune in next week as well, because you'll get to see that costume. I'm not, they told me not to give it away, but I kind of want to give out clues, so we'll see if I work in a clue by the end of the night.
Don't give it away.
No, I won't give it away. All right. So now we're getting closer. We have 2-ish minutes left to go till we kick off this round of trivia. If you haven't already got set up, scan that QR code and got ready for this round. Make sure you do that. Or go to crowd.live and enter the code MZVRU. That'll get you into the room, get you taken care of, and get you ready for this game. A whole round of trivia about Halloween specials and special Halloween episodes of famous TV shows. Most points at the end of this round. We always give out our fun, not always spooky. Oh, that's a very fun Treehouse of Horror background. It reminds me of a very specific episode. But we always give out a fun
Homer
name.
Cubed.
Yeah, Homer Cubed. We always give out a funny name, funny title for whoever wins the round. Whoever wins this round, well, you will be our Boob Tube aficionado. We put the boo in Boob Tube with this round. So, round of trivia coming your way in just over. Oh yeah, there we go. Are you saying boo or boo earns? Shout out for Media Killer, or from Mitch Dodge in the chat. Shout out to Media Killers. I know right now we don't have the microphones, so we can't do it back and forth. But yeah, we got fun trivia coming your way in just a minute. While we have that last minute to go, always remind you guys about the dreaded fat finger situation. Remember, if you are deliberate with that button, you will get the right point. You will get your answer in, but you can miss it. You could end up, yes, there it
The fingers you have
is.
used to dial are too fat.
Yeah, you don't want to have a dreaded fat finger situation. You might get knocked out of the points you wanted to get, so make sure you seek out that answer you want and hit it right. All right, y'all, we're going to kick off this round in just a few seconds. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that Steele did want to make it known that there was a bias towards the studio. So we observe it. We know it, Steele. We're working on it for future rounds.
Danny.
What's that?
It says that maybe we have to have more of this.
We got to have him back
audience.
in. Yeah. All right, y'all. But now it's time for another round of trivia. Here comes your first question for this round. What member of the Peanuts gang writes a yearly Halloween letter to the Great Pumpkin? So who's always writing letters to the Great Pumpkin? Is it... Oh, let me make sure. No, I didn't click on it. That's right. I will have some answers where you're going to type in an answer. This is not one of them. You're going to pick out, is this one Charlie Brown, Linus Van Pelt, Lucy Van Pelt, or Sally Brown? So once again, what member of the Peanuts gang writes a yearly Halloween letter to the Great Pumpkin? Is that Charlie Brown, Linus Van Pelt, Lucy Van Pelt, or Sally Brown? All right, answers are in. Let's see what you went with. All right, so we had 4 for Charlie Brown, we had 10 for Linus, and 1 for Sally Brown. So we got a lot of players joining us this round. Let's see what you guys went with. Your correct answer was Linus Van Pelt. Yes, Linus, the one with the blanket, is always writing letters to the Great Pumpkin. He says, it's a great pumpkin, Charlie Brown. All right, so let's get into your next question. Question number 2. Now, which classic Edgar Allan Poe tale gets the Simpsons treatment in the first Treehouse of Horror? So yes, which classic Edgar Allan Poe tale gets the Simpsons treatment in the first Treehouse of Horror? Answers available are The Telltale Heart, The Haunted Palace, The Pit and the Pendulum, or The Raven. Once again, which classic Edgar Allan tale gets the Simpsons
Fingers you
treatment
have used to
in the
dial
first
are
Treehouse
too
of
fast.
Horror? The Telltale Heart, The Haunted Palace, The Pit and the Pendulum, or The Raven? Oh, I forgot to bring myself back. But yeah, so now I think I know what that sound means. You had the realization that there's kind of a trick in this answer set, isn't there?
Mm-ha.
Yes, sir.
Okle-dokle.
All right, so let's see what you guys went with. Your answers. All right, so we had 4 for The Telltale Heart, 2 for The Haunted Palace, and 9 answers for The Raven. Quote them nevermore. Your correct answer was The Raven. Now, the trick there is that in the Treehouse of Horror, it's The Raven. It's Bart
killing
hearing
me,
the Raven
Smalls.
outside, right? The Telltale Heart is just a whole separate Simpsons episode.
I know, Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah. No, I'm very,
Yeah.
very proud of that. Martine, thank you for playing and joining us as well, Martine. Oh, I did put there is the red herring picture of there with Charlie Brown holding a letter. He didn't write that one. That's hilarious. I forgot to notice that. All right, y'all. Yep, Mitch is remembering the episode. In fact, it's the one where Lisa makes the diagram and she gets jealous of the new girl. And she buries the other one under the floorboard. All right, question number 3. Let's get into it. What fictional horror movie do the Parks and Recreation crew screen for Pawnee in the Halloween surprise episode? So they make up a fake horror title. These are all fake horror titles, but one is the one that they watch in this episode. Is it Garden Tool Massacre, The Crows Have Eyes 3, The Crowaning, Death Canoe 4, Murder at Blood Lake, or Frankenstein's Mummy? So which one of these fake titles is the real title in this episode? Is it Garden Tool Massacre, The Crows Have Eyes 3, The Crowaning, Death Canoe 4, Murder at Blood Lake, or Frankenstein's Mummy? You got a few seconds left.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Oh, there's a Schitt's Creek reference in there too. All right, y'all, let's see the answers we went with. All right, here we go. We had 1 for the Garden Tool Massacre. We had 4 for the Crowaning. We had 7 for Death Canoe and 4 for, I forgot our last answer. It's always, Frankenstein's Mummy. That's right. Your correct answer this time, it is Death Canoe 4. In that one, the Death Canoe is actually the good guy. It's a line that they make in the movie. In the 2012 episode, they watch it at a screening at City Hall. All right, question number 4. Which kids' horror series originally began as a 1990 Canadian Halloween special titled The Tale of the Twisted Claw? Now, one of these series is the correct answer. Is it Goosebumps? Is it, I can't quite see the names on those. I know Eerie Lane is number 4 or 3, and Are You Afraid of the Dark? Let me pick up my image over here. Yeah, these are the images of the series, so pick out the one you think it might be. Which series originally started as a 1990 Canadian Halloween special titled The Tale of the Twisted Claw?
Pretty good.
All right, answers are in. Let's see what you guys went with. Oh, there we go. 1 sec. All right. All right, so we had 1 for our nightmare. Yeah, was it? I can't remember what that's called. But no, then we had
It's not
8
a big
for,
spread. It's a big split.
Yeah, big split. We had 8 for Goosebumps and 7 for Are You Afraid of the Dark? So pretty big split there. Let's see your correct answer. It's Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yeah, it came just
Yes,
a
yes, yes.
little bit earlier than the Goosebumps show and was very much filmed in Canada. You can see a lot of kids wearing the Canadian tuxedo, the blue jeans and jean jacket combination. All right, let's get into question number 5, and we'll do a mid-round breakdown. Now, for this one, you do need to type in an answer. For this one, I'm looking for you to type in a name. Gene Belcher's mashup Halloween costume of Blank the Giant 3000 appears in the Nightmare on Ocean Avenue episode of Bob's Burgers. So he's a mashup of two things, and those things are apparent in that
Before and
costume.
after.
Yeah, it's before and after, kind of. So, which
Sorta.
name goes in? You can type in your name now. So once again, Gene Belcher's mashup Halloween costume, Blank the Giant 3000, appears in the Nightmare on Ocean Avenue episode of Bob's Burgers. What is the name?
Ha ha!
Steele's in the chat saying, "Oh my God, Canada, so scary." You know what? I'm sure there are places in Canada that are scary, but none of the ones I went to was very pleasant. All right, let's see the answers that you guys went with. All right, so we did have somebody who didn't know, and we had one misspelling. I will accept that misspelling. Your correct answer is Andre the Giant 3000. So let me just go ahead. Yeah, it's okay. I know what you're looking for, so I'm going to go ahead and give you credit for that answer. Yeah, there you go. All right, yeah, Andre the Giant 3000. Congratulations, he put down something that looked like that. Now let's see our mid-round standings so far. All right, Ted Kruzamaki. I just understood that joke now.
Nice name.
That is hilarious, and I know exactly that that's Martine. Because as soon as I came, I realized it's the Kruzamaki. Like, that is my friend Martine's sense of humor. That is an amazing name. Ted Kruzamaki. That's bullshit. We got Media Killers in second place so far, 390 points, 98 for Ricardo. Brandy in third place with 356 points. Way to go, Brandy. Gonna keep looking down at my rankings here on this side so we can tell you who else has gotten those points. Mitch right behind Brandy in fourth place. Casserole, Cassie stacking up points tonight. Melody joining us. Cassie and Melody neck and neck against each other. Team Bucks in seventh place. Shady Lady in eighth. Turbo ninth. Nana. Real John, MGM, all of our friends joining us out. But you know what? You never know how it's going to go because we do have all kinds of questions. Maybe you don't watch a lot of TV. Don't worry, we got some fun stuff for you coming up too. All right, y'all. Here comes question number 6 for the round. Now, which of these popular sitcoms featured Katie Holmes as a recurring Halloween character titled The Slutty Pumpkin? Answers available are The Big Bang Theory, Friends, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or How I Met Your Mother. Once again, which of these popular sitcoms featured Katie Holmes as a recurring Halloween character, the Slutty Pumpkin? Was it Big Bang Theory, Friends, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or How I Met Your Mother? And it has to do with the way that she's carved, I think is where that comes from. All right, answers just about in. Let's see what you went with. All right, we had 13 answers for How I Met Your Mother and 1 each for Big Bang Theory and Friends. Your correct answer was How I Met Your Mother. Well, I like this vaporwave graveyard we're going through now. This is very cool. All right, next question, question number 7. What Mexican actor plays the titular Lycan in the 2022 Marvel Halloween special, Werewolf by Night? Yeah, it's actually a really fitting backdrop for this question. So once again, what Mexican actor plays the titular Lycan in the 2022 Marvel Halloween special, Werewolf by Night? Is that Danny Trejo, Michael Pena, Gael Garcia Bernal, or Diego Luna? Once again, what Mexican actor plays the titular Lycan in the 2022 Marvel Halloween special, Werewolf by Night? Danny Trejo, Michael Pena, Gael Garcia Bernal, or Diego Luna?
40% of all people know that.
Martine in the chat, it's like saying, you know what, that's a great name, but it should have been Naruted Kruzamaki. but we live and we learn. So now you know what your name will be maybe next time. And yeah, I agree with this other statement. We need more black and white horror Marvel projects because that was freaking awesome. If you didn't see Werewolf by Night, it's rad. All right, answers available for you, or the ones you guys went with. We had 6 for Danny Trejo, 4 for Michael Pena, 3 each for Gail Garcia Bernal and Diego Luna. Your correct answer was Gail Garcia Bernal. Yeah, Gail Garcia Bernal. All right, question number 8. What do the main foursome of boys on Stranger Things dress as in the show's second season Halloween episode? So they do a group costume in that episode. What is it? Is it the X-Men, the Hobbits, the A-Team, or the Ghostbusters? Once again, what do the main foursome of boys on Stranger Things dress as in the show's second season Halloween episode? Is that X-Men, the Hobbits, the A-Team, or Ghostbusters? All right, your answers are in. Let's see what you went with. All right, so we had 4. It's always so funny when I gotta figure this out. There we go. We have 4 for A-Team, 10 for Ghostbusters, 1 for Hobbits. Your correct answer was the Ghostbusters. That's right, Ghostbusters, your correct answer. Media Killers, also with it well-timed, Kardashians. All right, let's see. We got 2 more questions to go for this round. What legendary filmmaker is Homer parodying in this still from the 3rd Treehouse of Horror episode of The Simpsons? So what filmmaker is he parodying? Is that Alfred Hitchcock, Stanley Kubrick, Orson Welles, or John Ford? Once again, what legendary filmmaker is Homer parodying in the still from the 3rd Treehouse of Horror episode of The Simpsons? Alfred Hitchcock, Stanley Kubrick, Orson Welles, or John Ford? And it's funny, Martine in the chat letting us know the first episode of Stranger Things that he saw was the one where they have that Halloween episode. So he's like, this is my Slumdog Millionaire moment. Like everything is clicking into place. All right, let's see your answers. All right, we had 15 answers, 94% of the answers for Hitchcock with 1 for Kubrick. Your correct answer this time is yes, Alfred Hitchcock. That was the classic silhouette when he would do his Alfred Hitchcock Presents show. That was a question for the birds. Way to go, Martin McCreary. We got 2 Martins. We got Martin and Martine in the chat tonight, so that's fun. All right, y'all. Last question round, and then we will declare our Boob Tube aficionado. All right, question number 10. Now, this is another question where you need to type in your answer. You can see a little bit of the clip here. Ooh. Tom Hanks terrorizes the haunted elevator riders as scare actor Blank S. Pumpkins on Saturday Night Live. Answers are open. All right, so Tom Hanks terrorizes the haunted elevator riders as scare actor Blank S. Pumpkins on Saturday Night Live. Fill in that blank.
Pretty good.
Any questions? Tom Hanks terrorizes haunted elevator riders as scare actor Blank as Pumpkins on Saturday Night Live. What's that character's first name? Let's see what you guys thought it might be. We had David, Hunter, Jack, Tommy, and Free Diddy. I don't know who said that, but we do not endorse whoever's answer that is. Your correct answer, that is David S. Pumpkins. Yes, David S. Pumpkins. Any questions? I love David S. Pumpkins. All right, let's see our final standings for that round. We're going to declare our top 3, and whoever has the most points at the end of this round will be the Boob Tube aficionado. Not sure exactly. Yeah, I'm laughing right there with you, Daphne. All right, y'all. We got Media Killers in 3rd place with 652 points. Way to go, Ricardo. Brandy, San Diego just ahead of him. Way to go, Brandy in 2nd place. And in 1st place, let's see who it is. Ted Kruzamaki. Ted Kruzamaki, 880 points. Way to go. Getting all 10 of those right. Yeah. Yeah, got all 10 of the questions right that round. Got a big score, so that might help you get our first place prize at the end of the night. Let's see who else did what in that round. Let's get your fourth place winner. We got Mitch Dodge getting into fourth place. Way to go, Mitch, in fourth with 616. Shady Lady Shay up to fifth place with 591. Team Bucks
Danny,
right behind.
we got a nice big spread today. We got
Yeah.
16 individually people.
Yeah, we got a lot of players, so this is going to be a cutthroat game. Good time. It means we're going to have a lot of fun.
Maybe Bob Barker early days levels, you know?
You know what's fun is, like, you never know where the rest of the round is going to go. Maybe this next round is your round. Maybe you're really great at what I have in store for you. So we're going to check in with our overall standings at the end of the next round. But even if you don't win the whole night, you got another chance to win a fun title. We're going to call Martine. He is now our boob tube aficionado. Next time I see you, Martine, that's the name I'm going to call you, which is really fun. Let's find out what's on the line in this next round. Now, in that last round, I did feature a little mashup to one of my favorite rappers, Andre 3000, right? Half of Outkast. So in that honor, I call this next round, and it's really stupid, Trivia Cooler Than Cool, It's Ice Cold. Yes, it's a reference to the song Hey Ya. So yeah, trivia cooler than cool. It's ice cold. I have a whole round of trivia coming your way, all about all kinds of cool things that are cool or icy or frozen with names in pop culture, or maybe just some facts about cold things. So you never know what's gonna happen. Yeah, we got all kinds of weird trivia coming your way this round. And that round of trivia is coming your way in just under 7 minutes. So get a blanket if this is gonna chill you out. We're gonna chill out together in just a little bit with some trivia all about cool things.
Just to highlight, Mitch Dodge starting his 4th season, season 4. We're coming out of hiatus, season 4 tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel, same Mitch channel, 7 p.m. right here, turbo.fm.
Yeah, shout out legit to Mitch Dodge. Want to make sure everybody knows, if you guys like what we do here, we do all kinds of fun stuff here at this studio. And one of the fun things is check out our DJs, right? There are ways, channels to figure out how to do that. We have DJ streams going on Twitch, and tomorrow Mitch Dodge will be here in studio. So Mitch Dodge and Friends is what to look up. Mitch Dodge and Friends tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Looking forward to seeing that. Mitch Dodge always coming through and putting on a good show. So thank you, Mitch, for being with us. Thank you for hanging out with us. Martine asking the real important questions. Will these questions be in Fahrenheit or Celsius? Maybe we have a little bit of both. You never know. We really don't know what's in store until I start asking questions. Sometimes we have the new rounds. I always like to ask, like, what's your opinion of something? Like when we did the pizza round, right? There's always that little element of like, oh, what's your favorite pizza? I'm not going to ask what's your favorite cold thing, but like, what's your favorite thing about, the weather's changing? I'm wearing my Bottle Rocket hoodie because it's finally cool enough to start wearing hoodies. So what's your favorite thing about the change in weather? And Martin McCreary, you're correct. We might even have something about Kelvin. Who knows? Steel, letting them know what's up in the chat. Don't take any guff from Steel. He's one of you too. Oh, and Mitch saying too, it's 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Pacific time for his show tomorrow, new season. If you like house music, definitely gotta check him out. Mitch is rad. He's one of the best.
Oh, thank you, Jeff.
There you go, man, brother, man.
Yeah,
brother,
now we got
brother,
Ricardo
man.
wired up for sound. Ricardo, say hey.
Yeah, it's all over now.
Shout out Mitch Dodge.
There it is. That was the first thing.
No, I'll behave,
I'm
Jeff.
messing around. Yeah, and Martine. So Martine, who's joining us tonight, he lives in the part of California I used to live in. So this time of the year, it stops being like 115 degrees and it cools down to like 100. It's not a fun place to live. So you get really excited about your first 100-degree day of like the summer.
Which place is
So
this?
this is so I lived in El Centro. Martine. Good, yeah. I know he's been a little bit more all over like Imperial, but it's basically the Imperial County, right? 2 hours east of here. You get on the highway, and it's regularly over 115 degrees during the summer. There'll be at least 1 week where it's straight up 120 and above the whole week. Remember when I mentioned I delivered pizzas? It was there. One summer I did it without air conditioning. Yeah. And it's a testament to like what humans can get used to, right? Because like you just figure out how to live like that, right? It's the way everyone lives. Then there is a weird thing that happened where the first time I went after COVID, I was just like stopping at the bank. It was the first time I got out of the car. It's 117 degrees. And it felt hot and like when I got out, but it was when I closed the door behind me, I felt like I was on a desert island. Like my breath caught in my throat, and the first thing I thought was like, I used to get used to this. It's just like, no, it's a crazy place, but you just figure out how to live there. So yeah, so shout out to Martine. I'm glad that it's finally cooling off for you, buddy.
Yeah, but I bet the pizzas you delivered always showed up
stayed up
warm.
hot. Yeah, very true. There was never a cold pizza delivered. We had this weird naval base, which is weird because it's a desert, but I delivered 400 pizzas to them once, and it was so hot in my car. Like it was like I didn't like because I knew that it was gonna be a lot of pizza. What I didn't account for is like, oh, when you put that many hot steaming pizzas in a car, you have created a sauna out of pizza. So it's like the cheese wasn't the only thing getting sweaty in the car that day. So yeah. Anyways, now we're gonna transition from talking about that all the way back to our cold as ice trivia kicking off in just over a minute.
Will there be any questions about vanilla ice?
Will there be any question about vanilla ice? That's great. No, I don't think I put
know.
any in this round, but that was something I was very tempted to do.
Okay.
I'm just trying to catch up on the bickering between Mitch and Steele. I don't think Steele I don't think he liked all the hot weather info. So we're going to kick off a round of trivia about things that are
Fun will
cool
now
to
commence.
appease things that are happening. What's going to happen? All these questions are cold related things, some pop culture related things, some scientific things, a little bit of everything coming your way. Remember, the faster you get those answers in, the more points you get. The more points you get, the better chance you'll have at being our overall trivia winner at the end of the night. And whoever has the most points at the end of this round gets one of our fun titles. Whoever gets the most points at the end of this round, well, you'll be an ice cold trivia killer.
I'm afraid we need to use.
Yeah. Math. So yes, we're gonna give out that title of Ice Cold Trivia Killer coming your way in about 15 seconds. So make sure you scan that QR code. Make sure you're ready for these questions.
I meant what was supposed to play.
That's where we're trying to go. It's all good. It happens. And yeah, what was it? I was gonna say something that I forgot. Oh, remember, the answers open up the fastest on your devices, so always keep your eyes on those devices. All right, so for this first question, it is about Kelvin. 0 degrees Kelvin, believed to be the lowest temperature possible, is commonly known
Fucking
as
believed.
blank 0. Yeah, believed. Just making sure we cover all of our bases.
Yeah, believed.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Is it exact, ultimate, total, or absolute? So once again, 0 degrees Kelvin, believed to be the lowest temperature possible, is commonly known as exact, ultimate, total, and absolute. All right, Joe.
All are also names for boy bands that didn't make it in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Absolutely. What was it? Well, 98 degrees. There was a lot of temperature-based things in the early 2000s, right? I don't think 98 degrees is the equivalent of this either. So just for math's sake. All right, let's see your answers you went with. We had 1 each for ultimate and for total, and 12 for absolute. Your correct answer is absolute 0. Yes, absolute 0 is the one that got you the points that time. All right, y'all. And I think the reason why it's believed is because science does always make in that, like, well, we haven't discovered everything in the universe, so maybe there's a way I
Well,
could
Danny,
get colder.
we're in a simulation.
Oh, that's fair. All right, question number 2. In which Batman movie does 1980s action legend Arnold Schwarzenegger play the villain Mr. Freeze? Answers available for you are Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, and Batman Begins. So once again, from which of these Batman movies does 1980s action legend Arnold Schwarzenegger play the villain Mr. Freeze? Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, or Batman Begins?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I told him to chill out. Those are the kinds of lines that Arnold says throughout that movie.
And then he went and governed California.
Yeah, that's what's crazy is he did that movie and then it was like, you know what I can do next? Politics.
You elected Mr. Freeze.
Take two and call me in the morning. All right, your answers you went with. We had 1 for Batman Returns, 6 for Batman Forever, 8 for Batman and Robin, and 0
A tough
for
one,
Batman
Danny.
Begins.
This is a really tough one.
Well, that's the thing is that they didn't have a great like naming convention like 1, 2, 3, 4, so you had to remember which one was which. It was the final one of this era, Batman and Robin. Yes, Batman and Robin. I'm afraid that my condition. Oh, was it? Yeah, that's right. I'm afraid that my condition has left me cold to your pleas of mercy. Yeah, he says stuff like that the whole time. All right, let's get our next question for you. Question number 3. What state is home to Mount Baker, the snowiest place in the U.S.? All right, answers available for you are Montana, Washington, Idaho, and Vermont. Once again, what state is home to Mount Baker, the snowiest place in the U.S.? Montana, Washington, Idaho, or Vermont?
40% of all people know that.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, Martine, I know you weren't going to miss the Batman one. He mentions in the chat. Imagine not being obsessed with Batman media. It's cringe. Martine and I, we talk a lot about dumb movies. A lot of dumb comic book movies, especially. All right, answers available. Answers you went with. We had 6 for Montana and 7 for Washington, with 1 for Idaho, and I can't remember our last option. I know it's not the correct answer. Vermont, thank you. Our correct answer was Washington. Washington was your correct answer. It's always a good tell that if I can't remember the last answer, it's probably not the right one.
Shout out Mitch Dodge.
Shout out Mitch Dodge. All right, now we got a question about hockey. What is the oldest continuously operating team in the National Hockey League? Yes. Which one's the
Suburban Rain in this one?
Yeah,
huh?
Darren, I think we'll have a good chance of knowing this one. Let's see your
Darren should
answer.
definitely know this one.
We got Toronto Maple Leafs, the Montreal Canadiens, the Detroit Red Wings, and the Chicago Blackhawks. Once again, what is
I
the
50-50
oldest
that, Darren.
continuously operating
Definitely
team in the National Hockey League? The Maple Leafs, the Canadiens, the Detroit Red Wings, or the Chicago Blackhawks? Did you went 50-50 on that one, Turbo?
I think so. I have my suspicions.
I mean, there are definitely 4 hockey teams on that list to choose from, right? We
There
made sure. Your correct answer. Let's see the answers you guys went with. We had a great split. See? Good split.
Nice Canadian.
Oh, I think your mic cut a little bit there. But let's see. Yeah, we had
Canadian
5
educated teams.
Canadian educated teams. Yeah, we had 5 for the Maple Leafs. We had 4 for the Canadiens. And we had 7 for the Detroit Red Wings. Your correct answer. It's the Canadiens. If you guys know, the Habs. Yeah, the Habs, as in les Habitants. It's the weird name for the Montreal Canadiens that you'll learn if you're in Canada.
People love.
Yeah. All right, we're going to do one more question, and then we're going to check in and see where we stand with our cold trivia round. Now, for this one, I'm looking for the one that doesn't fit in. Which of these songs is not from the beloved 2013 Disney movie Frozen? Yeah, so all these songs are from Frozen with the exception of one. Which is it? What Else Can I Do? For the First Time in Forever, Love is an Open Door, and Fixer Upper. Once again, which of these songs is not from the beloved 2013 Disney movie Frozen? What Else Can I Do? For the First Time in Forever, Love is an
Fun
Open
will now
Door,
commence.
or Fixer Upper.
40% of all people know that.
I feel like there should be more questions about frozen foods.
I didn't want to go too hard on the food because if we did, we would just have the munchies already. All right, let's see our answers that you guys went with this time. All right, so we had 3 for What Else Can I Do, 1 for The First Time in Forever, 2 for Love is an Open Door, and 10 for Fixer Upper. So this might surprise you, but your correct answer is What Else Can I Do? Yeah, Fixer Upper. It's the weird song that they sing with all the weird rock monsters that just show up in the third act for like no reason. But yeah, so Fixer Upper is one of the songs in Frozen, as are the other 2. But What Else Can I Do is a made-up song for
So like what
that
else
list.
I can do?
What else I can do? Yeah, I think that's where it tried to bait you guys there. All right, let's see how we're doing through our first 5 questions. So, in first, we got Martin this time. MGM, 314 points. He's 1 point ahead of Real John. In third, we have Adriana Anana in third place so far. Let's see how everyone else is doing. We got Darren right behind, 256 points. Mitch Dodge, 240. Ted Cruzamaki, 223 points. Stelio at 188. Media Killers, 182. Shady Lady, 182 as well. And Brandy with 174, tied with J-Dog. Everybody else joining us with those points. And again, there's still more questions coming your way. You never know what's going to come your way. Ricard, how you feeling so far with those first questions?
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
That was kind of all over the place.
A little bit of everything,
a little bit
right?
of everything. Yeah.
Pretty good.
So yeah, this one kind of ends up being like a general trivia round because you got some pop culture stuff mixed in with some science stuff, hockey, sports stuff. Yeah, so let's see. I think we got a little bit more of all of those things.
Science.
Definitely know I've got a music question coming up your way soon. So here comes question number 6. Oh yeah, here it is. What rock band shivered their way up the Billboard charts in '77 with the single Cold as Ice? Yes, is that Journey, REO Speedwagon, Toto, or Foreigner? Once again, which one of these rock bands shivered their way up
Pretty
the
good,
Billboard
Danny,
charts
pretty
in
good.
'77 with the single Cold as Ice? Journey, REO Speedwagon, Toto, or Foreigner?
Danny, that's a deep cut, man.
I mean, those 4 responsible for keeping L'Oreal in business for at least a decade.
Oh yeah, those guys, they had the constant perm.
She's
So
cold as ice.
So,
I
yeah,
know.
you know why I know this is because of a real dumb reason. This is a deeper cut, but it's from the show Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I'll explain more in a second. Let's see your answers that you went with. All right, so we had 1 for Journey, 2 for REO, we had 1 for Toto, and 11 for Foreigner. Yeah, so in this episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, they get a belt from one of those like Chuck E. Cheese type places, and it gives you all the powers of Foreigner. And so as long as you sang one of the lyrics, you could mess with people. So if you sang Cold as Ice, you'd freeze someone solid. It was very stupid. But that's why I remember Cold as Ice, because it's a song by Foreigner. All
Yeah,
right,
Mitch
y'all.
has an Aqua Teen Funger horse.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yes.
It's okay. It's
It's a tongue twister. For sure.
and it gets
He
it's
has a
hard.
tattoo. It's crazy. I've seen it.
Oh, Mitch does. You're as cold as ice. Yeah.
No, an Aqua
Yeah.
Teen.
Oh yeah, no, I see it right now. Yeah, I got it. Oh, it was like, yeah. I need to see that because I love that show. You couldn't get away with that name Foreigner today. That's also very funny. All right, y'all. Question number 7. Now, here's a fun question that I didn't know the answer to until I came across this question. How thick is the ice on a standard NHL hockey rink? Yeah. This is a fun thing to know. So,
Come
is
on,
it 3/4 of an inch, 1.25 inches, 2 inches, or 2.5 inches? These are never answers you want to give if you're answering a certain question. Once again, how thick is the ice on a standard NHL hockey rink? Is it 3/4 of an inch, 1.25 inches, 2 inches, or 2.5 inches?
40% of all people know that.
Wait, they skate on ice?
No, yeah, it's just actually some linoleum they go out and put out right before the match.
It all makes a lot.
It's linoleum with just like a ton of Fabuloso and like dish soap. All right, and
The best cleaner.
yes. All right, so we
Wow,
had
that's
a pretty
world record split right
pretty
there, Danny.
even split. We had 3 for our 3/4 of an inch. We had 4 for 1.25, 3 for 2 inches, and 5 for 2.5. Then there's a bunch of great answers in there. Martine saying, bro, an NHL hockey rink just like me for real. That's amazing. Your correct answer is 3/4 of an inch. I
What
hope
the
that's not true for you,
fudge
Martine.
brown?
No way.
Yeah, so it's only a small amount of ice, which kind of makes sense though. Why they have to like reshape, like pave it with the Zamboni, because they're kind of always adding a little bit later on with that too. But yeah, it's not like a tremendous amount of ice. I think partially because a lot of NHL hockey rinks take place where they also have basketball games, right? So it's like you can't put like a 2-inch thick slab of ice that takes longer to get rid of.
I thought it was because most NHL hockey games take place where people are drinking massive amounts of beer and they need ice for their drinks also. So
Oh
they
right,
want
yeah,
some ice
that
for
would
the-
make
yeah.
sense. Like right, like you just chop up the ice rink, and then you could even sell it. Be like, oh hey, you can get this beer and like, or you can get this like soda, or you can get it with NHL rink ice.
That was way harsh, Ty.
Very dumb idea we're creating. All right, question number 8.
They can't all be good.
They can't all be great. All right, I got a literature question coming your way. What Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright wrote the 1939 drama The Iceman Cometh? All right, answers available are Arthur Miller, Tennessee Williams, Thornton Wilder, or Eugene O'Neill. So once again, what Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright wrote the 1939 drama The Iceman Cometh? Arthur Miller, Tennessee Williams, Thornton Wilder, or Eugene O'Neill. Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright is also a tongue twister. The
Shout out,
Nightman
Mitch.
cometh to do battle with the Dayman. All right, answers that you guys went with. We had another good split this time. 2 for each Arthur Miller and Tennessee Williams. 5 for Thornton Wilder. 5 for Tennessee Williams and 6 for Eugene O'Neill. Your correct answer was Eugene O'Neill. Yes, Eugene
Come
O'Neill that
on,
time.
Damn.
All right, we got 2 more questions to go for our cool trivia round. And for this one, I'm looking for a state. In which Midwest U.S. state did the first Dairy Queen restaurant open in 1940? I had to get an ice cream question in here. So which state did that first Dairy Queen open in? Was it Missouri, Illinois, Michigan, or Iowa? Once again, in which Midwest U.S. state did the first Dairy Queen restaurant open in 1940? Missouri, Illinois, Michigan, or Iowa?
Yeah, I'm getting smashed on these questions also.
These are a little bit more challenging. I'll give you a little fun fact about it. We got 5 more seconds to get those answers in. Martine's also saying this is not his round. He's getting ironically cooked by these cold questions. All right, answers in. We have 2 for Missouri, 7 for Illinois, 5 for Michigan, and let's see if I can back up here. Remember what this last answer was. Oh yeah, I had no answers for it. Doesn't matter. All right, your correct answer was Illinois. Yeah, 50% of the guessers got that one right. Illinois, your correct answer. First Dairy Queen opened its doors in Joliet, Illinois in June of 1940, and while the original location is no longer in operation, the building itself is a city-designated landmark. So you can't still go there, but you can go to where it was. It's a landmark. All right, final question for this round. Now, what legendary band played the grand opening of the first North Face store in San Francisco of '66? Was it The Doors, Creedence Clearwater Revival, The Grateful Dead, or Jefferson Airplane? Once again, what legendary band played the grand opening of the first North Face store in San Francisco of 1966? Was it The Doors, Creedence Clearwater Revival, The Grateful Dead, or Jefferson Airplane? North Face, of course, making clothing for cold weather. So who played at the grand opening of their first store in '66 in San Francisco? All right, your answers are in. Let's see what you went with. All right, 1 for The Doors, 4 for CCR, 7 for The Grateful Dead, and 1 for, once again, our last answer. One sec, I can actually see it this time. For Jefferson Airplane, your correct answer was The Grateful Dead. Yes, Grateful Dead, your correct answer that time. San Francisco-based rock band The Grateful Dead played the grand opening of the first North Face in October of '66, and Steve Miller Band played the opening of the brand's second store a year later. All right, so yeah, they actually had some pretty cool bands come out and like get their grand opening, right? All right, so let's see how you guys did for this round. We're going to declare our top 3. We're also going to declare our winner for this round, our person who's going to be an ice cold trivia killer. Then after that, we're going to check in and see our standings through our first 3 rounds of trivia and see who's closest to being a trivia traveler so far, but it can be anyone's game with 2 more rounds to go. All right, top 3 in third place. Way to go, Mitch Dodge.
Shout out Mitch Dodge.
Shout out Mitch Dodge, 590 points in third place. In second place is MGM Martin.
Yes.
Way to go, Martin, with 641 points. And in first place, Real John. Real John was last week's winner and winner of this round. So now he is an ice cold trivia killer. Way to go, Real John. So this is a cool thing when you have this many players. You had a lot of people in different positions throughout our different games of the night. Going to go over some of our other standings in just a second for that round, and then go over our overall standings. Brandy in fourth place. She's going to have a lot of points. She might be in our top 3. We check in too. We had Adriana in 5th, Darren in 6th, Ted Cruzamaki, J-Dog, Shady Lakey. What's that? Ted Cruz.
Tight group?
Tight group? No, Ted Cruzamaki. Shay, Media Killers, Turbo. Thank you guys all for getting in there, getting your points where you got them. Now let's see our standings through 3 rounds of trivia. All right. Overall, third place so far is Mitch Dodge. Mitch Dodge in third place so far, 1428. In second, it's Ted Cruzamaki. Ted Cruzamaki winning our second round, 1465 for you, Ted. And in first place, hey, Brandy San Diego. There she is, 1488. So that's kind of the fun thing too, right? If you stack up your points, so far Brandy hasn't won a round, but she has the most points through our 3 rounds of trivia with 1488. So way to go so far, Brandy in first place. She might be our trivia traveler at the end of the night. All right. So in that last round, I did have one question about literature. Guess what? I've got a whole round of trivia coming your way about literature. I hope you are well read. And I call this next round, Never Judge a Book by Its Cover, but you can judge the author's taste. A lot of really weird book covers out there, so that's kind of where my head was at with this one. This is going to be a whole round of just, a whole round of trivia about famous authors and their works. Most points at the end of this round will be our most literate lord or lady, depending on how you identify. So, literate lord or lady on the line. We got a whole round about famous authors and books coming your way, and that's kicking off in 7 minutes. All right, I'm back, y'all. Getting ready for this next round of trivia. Martine is in the chat letting us in. Wow, Danny, putting a category about books when he knows that I can't read. I know that's not true because I know that you're a big fan of, well, something that's going to come up in this round. So you'll find out more in just a second. And so, you know, this is a great time to just, if you have a favorite book or a favorite author, shout them out in the chat. Because I am not a strong reader, but I do believe in reading. I think it's a fun skill.
I think, Danny, personally, I'll put myself on video here.
Okay, yeah.
Hello.
Hey, there
There
he
he
is.
is. Hey, there he is.
All right, guys. So here's the thing. I think that if you don't like Stephen King, I get it. So here's what you need to do. You need to watch Shawshank Redemption. And you go, oh, great, that's a great film. And you know what that is? Stephen King.
Bullshit.
Great.
Oh yeah.
That's a Stephen King
Okay.
movie?
Now, what you do now, then you watch like the 1990 The Stand miniseries. It's like 8 hours. But it's got Corin Nemec and Molly Ringwald and Gary Sinise and everybody. Tom Berenger and all those people. Anyway, so the thing is, and then
You got a whole list.
then you can just go Pet Cemetery, and from there you could just do Christine. Ugh, there's
So
so
Stephen
many
King-
good stuff.
Stephen
You
King is
gotta
one of my favorite.
Ease yourself in, and then end with the Langoliers, because it's fucking so bad. Just Langoliers is so bad. Just read it
Martine is
only.
with you on this. Martine saying, like the best Stephen King are the ones that are based off his novellas, like The Body for Stand By Me and Shawshank. The Green
I
Mile.
forgot about Stand
not the
By
Green,
Me for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
The Green Mile. That's another one that's his.
Hell
it's
yeah,
told in 2
dude. So
parts.
start with like real cinematic masterpieces.
So
like-
I mean, you didn't even mention my. So my favorite one that I read was It, and they had 2 great adaptations.
Yeah, you got the miniseries.
So-
But here's the thing: like, The Stand is like, it's kind of just
So,
great.
I
right
also
now. It's, like,
highly
good. It's very
recommend-
apropos right now. You know.
Well, I also highly recommend that if you're not a strong reader like me, audiobooks are great, right? Okay.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So, like, Stephen King adaptations, especially in audiobooks, are some of the best I've ever come across. So, huge on audiobooks.
Well, I think we should acknowledge that Mitch Dodge has put up a cry for help. I know that he works at Apple, and apparently IT is scary as F for him right now.
Oh, Dreamcatcher.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He said It. That's hilarious. Way to go, Ricardo. That was a great bit. Visual joke there. IT is scary as F. Randy letting us know too. Dreamcatcher, another one. I love Dreamcatcher. The film and the original short story. So that's great. But yeah, there's a lot of great authors out there. So actually, I don't have any of I think Stephen King's works in this round, but he has popped up in some of our other games throughout the matches or nights here at Trivia Tavern. We do have a lot of fun questions coming your way about some other authors. There are some horror, spooky authors on this list, but also just some, other famous people you've heard of, famous books you've heard of. Now we're just talking about our favorite horror movies in the chat because The Lost Boys is my favorite movie. I don't know if that's based off anything, but it's so good. I'll say it's based off a good book.
I think it's based off some Lost Boys.
Yeah, some boys who got lost. It's tangentially based off Peter Pan in a very specific way.
Like if he did whatever they were doing back in the day.
My favorite part of Lost Boys, my all-time favorite horror movies, is that it just ends on like a random one-liner from the grandpa. So spoiler for a 40-year-old movie. If you guys haven't seen Lost Boys, you should. How dare you?
Dude, that's nest.
Right.
The
Well,
saxophonist and that. I will believe.
Oh, yes. That part's awesome. That part's amazing. But the very end, it's like you have this epic battle between the good vampire and the bad vampires, and then the stepdad or dad vampire wannabe. And it all ends when the grandpa crashes his truck through the front door of the house. And then he just walks to the fridge all nonchalantly, and everybody's like, "Grandpa, like, what happened?" He goes like, "One thing I could never stand about Santa Carla was all the damn vampires." And it's like he knew the whole time, and then he closed their fridge, fade to black, end of the movie. It's the best way to end a movie. It's just like, wait, what? I
still
all-time
believe.
favorite. Now. Yeah, I love that movie. Okay, so thank you, Martin. I hope that sent you down a
too many
flashback.
Martins, too many Mitches,
it's really easy. It's Martin.
M names. And
You've met
it's hard
Martin.
to keep track of.
Turbo, you've met Martin. He was in here the very first time.
I met Mitch too.
And then,
Mitch.
It's easy. It's Martin and Martine. There you go.
Oh,
There you
okay. So now it makes a little bit more sense.
There you go.
Martine and Martin. It's like Saint Martin and San Martin.
Yeah. I guess. I don't know. All right, so we got trivia to kick off. Let's get into it. I got our first question. And this question is going to be, once again, a question. We're going to type in an answer. So I'll open it for you in just a second. Again, all of these questions are about famous authors and their works. Whoever has the most points at the end of this round is going to be our most literate lord or lady. You've had a chance to read the question before I read it for you. But once a riverboat pilot on the Mississippi River, author Samuel Longhorn Clemens wrote under the pen name Mark Blank. Type in your answer. You've got 30 seconds to tell me what was that pen name for Samuel Langhorne Clemens. Don't know why a person with that name decided they needed a pen name. Samuel Langhorne Clemens is a dope name.
I think it was Mark Ghostface Killer.
Mark Ghostface Killer.
Or Foghorn.
Foghorn. But that's the thing, that would be funny if he just changed his name to Samuel Foghorn Clemens. Like, okay, I could see changing the middle name. But you don't need a new name with that name. Anyways.
Mysteries of histories.
All right, let's see what you guys thought it was. Your correct answer was Twain. Let me see. There's a little bit of misspelling there. I'm going to check on that real quick.
I mean, the W and the E are right next to each
Yeah,
other.
okay. That's what I was kind of looking at. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'll give you credit for that one. Fun fact, Mark Twain, it means that that's what they would do to measure the depth of the river, where the riverboat would be. Would you drop a line and you would mark Twain, so you knew how deep it was. So literally he got his name from marking Twain. All right, Shell. Yeah, question number 2. Famous for his 1949 dystopian novel 1984, which author was born Eric Arthur Blair in 1903? A lot of pen names so far. Is that Aldous Huxley, George Orwell, Frank Herbert, or Isaac Asimov? Once again, famous for his 1949 dystopian novel 1984, which author was born Eric Arthur Blair in 1903? Was that Aldous Huxley, George Orwell, Frank Herbert, or Isaac Asimov?
Danny, I just want to say, man, you're really classing it up today. This is like,
Sometimes I gotta class up the
these are
joint.
these are really tough, dude.
Well, I mean, these are books that these are all in that even if you haven't read it, because I haven't read most of these books, but maybe you should know about them, kind of thing, right?
Okay, but like dismissing the literature part of it, man. I mean, you're really engineering these correctly.
Thank
this
you.
Is good to me.
Heck yeah. All right, well, let's see how you guys did. Well, we got a very literate group of players so far because they went with George Orwell. That is your correct answer, George Orwell. Y'all so literate. All right, we're going to get another question coming your way. Question number 3. Now, for this one, we're looking for a person whose sisters, Charlotte and Anne, were also well-known Victoria-era authors. So which one of these authors had the sisters Charlotte and Anne? Was it Mary Shelley, Emily Bronte, George Eliot, or Jane Austen? Once again, whose sisters Charlotte and Anne were also well-known Victorian-era authors? Mary Shelley, Emily Bronte, George Eliot, or Jane Austen? So one of them had two sisters. All of them were well-known Victoria-era authors.
Pretty good.
Who was that? Yeah, a few seconds left. All right, answers in. All right, for this one, we had most of our answers for our last answer, Jane Austen. Then we had 3 for Emily Bronte and 1 for Mary Shelley. Your correct answer this time is Emily Bronte. Yes, Emily Bronte.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah, Emily Bronte,
Wow.
Charlotte Bronte, and Anne Bronte, the Bronte sisters. They were all born within 4 years of each other, and all 3 of them have famous works, or famous, well-known works. But I think
Good question,
Charlotte
Dan. A really good question.
and Emily are the most well-known of the 2, or the 3. All right, question number 4 coming your way. Best known for his 1990s legal thrillers, who wrote the comedic 2001 holiday novel, Skipping Christmas? So, which author is best described by that statement? Is it Harlan Coben, John Grisham, Michael Crichton, or Michael Connolly? Once again, best known for his 1990s legal thrillers, who wrote the comedic 2001 holiday novel, Skipping Christmas? Harlan Coben, John Grisham, Michael Crichton, or Michael Connolly? Thank you. Thank you. All right, your answers are in. Let's see what you guys went with this time. All right, so this time we had 10 answers for John Grisham with 3 for Michael Connolly. Your correct answer this time is John Grisham. Yeah, he transitioned from the world of courtroom dramas and political thrillers, law thrillers, stuff like that, to the
Cute-
thing.
Yeah, cute Christmas.
This actually ends up getting adapted into, I think, Christmas with the Cranks. It's the story about, family who they're like, oh yeah, we're just not going to celebrate Christmas, and everybody like totally turns on them. And it's like, oh, if you watch that movie knowing it's based off a Grisham novel, you're like, yeah, this makes sense. All right, here we go. Question number 5. We'll do our mid-round check-in after that. Now, which author's 1894 story collection, The Jungle Book, has been adapted for TV and film numerous times? Is it C.S. Lewis, William Golding, Rudyard Kipling, or Roald Dahl? Once again, which author's 1894 story collection, The Jungle Book, has been adapted for TV and film numerous times? C.S. Lewis, William Golding, Rudyard Kipling, or Roald Dahl? Got a few more seconds left. All right, Shell, you got your answers in. Ignore all that. We got special effects in the house right now. Answers that you guys went with. We had 2 for C.S. Lewis, 1 for William Golding, and 10 for Rudyard Kipling. I need a drink of water. Your correct answer is Rudyard Kipling. Yes, Rudyard Kipling. All right, one sec. I got to hack this out. Deepest apologies. Technical difficulties of the Danny variety. All right, so let's see our mid-round breakdown, see what's going on, see what you've got going with 5 questions in the books. All right. In first place, we have Real John Shady Lady in second and Mitch Dodge in third. So, yes, I always love to see who the different players are as we have different rounds based on different things. So 400 points for our top 2, 400 or more for our top 2. Mitch Dodge right behind. Let's see who else has points so far through these questions. In fourth, Brandy's right there adding to her point total. So Mitch and Brandy are going to have a really close game at the end of this. We got Martin in fifth.
Maybe a domestic brawl. If you will.
We're not going to use those words, but yeah.
Well,
they're gonna,
theoretical digital brawl.
Yeah, a battle of paramours, as it were. In sixth, we have Media Killers. Seventh for J-Dog, Jenny right behind, Turbo, Darren, Ted Kruzumaki, and all of our players getting some points in those first 5 questions, so way to go. This is a little bit more of a challenging one. Maybe you haven't come across some of these novels, but my favorite part of trivia, right, is if you don't know it, hey, we're all learning stuff together too. All right, question 5 is done. Let's get into question number 6. Now, which of these beloved children's book was penned by James Bond author Ian Fleming? Yeah, the dude who wrote James Bond wrote a children's book. It's one of these. Is it A Bear Called Paddington, Around the World in 80 Days, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, or The Borrowers? Once again, which of these beloved children's books was penned by James Bond author Ian Fleming? A Bear Called Paddington, Around the World in 80 Days, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, or The Borrowers? It's the
It's alright,
Jeff
I'm
was
okay.
asking me off the mic
It's alright, I'm okay.
about the movie
Shot
Go.
in the arm.
Yeah. Man, that's a trip movie. I haven't thought about that movie in a long time. All right, let's see.
That's a trivia gold mine right there.
A lot of people in that one. All right, let's see what you guys went with. We had 4 answers for A Bear Called Paddington, 6 for Around the World in 80 Days, 3 for Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Your correct answer is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. We love you.
Heck yeah.
That is your correct answer. So yeah, Ian Fleming, a man of many talents, writing Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Chitty and Bond.
Yeah. All right,
Chitty
Shell.
Bond.
Question number 7. The famous 1950 poem, The Road Not Taken, is the author of that poet is the only poet to win 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. Who is it? So, answers available for you for this question are Walt Whitman, Robert Frost, E.E. Cummings, and T.S. Eliot. So famous for the 1950 poem, The Road Not Taken, who is the only poet to win 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry? Pulitzer Prize for poetry, once again, a great tongue twister. Is that Walt Whitman, Robert Frost, E.E. Cummings, or T.S. Eliot? Got a few seconds left. All right, your answers are
Bobby
in.
F! Bobby F for the win! Woo!
I think the mic's coming a little hot on you, Jeff. Just want to make sure we bring that down a sec. Scotch. There you go. All right. Famous for the 1950 poem, who was it? We had 1 for Walt Whitman, 9 for Robert Frost, was 69%. Nice. We had 1 for E.E. Cummings and 2 answers for our final answer on that one. Your correct answer was Bobby Frost. Yes, Bobby Frost was your correct answer. Robert Frost. Way to go, getting that answer right if you got it. All right, we got 3 more questions to go. Now, for this one, we're talking about a full title. I mean, a lot of people don't know this one, and fittingly enough with this background, the full title of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is Frankenstein, or the modern blank. So fill in that blank with one of these words. Is it monstrosity, abomination, miscreation, or Prometheus? Once again, the full title of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is Frankenstein, or the modern blank. Is that modern monstrosity, modern abomination, modern miscreation, or modern Prometheus? 10 more seconds.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Martine Castro's with a great answer in the chat. I'll get to that in a sec. Answers that you guys went with. So we had 1 for monstrosity, 4 for abomination, 1 for miscreation, and 7 for Prometheus. Your correct answer is Frankenstein and How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Monster. No, that's not it, but that's what Martine said. It's Prometheus. Yes, the modern Prometheus.
Yes.
Yeah, wrote in 1818, celebrated its 200-year anniversary just a few years back. And yeah, Prometheus, as in Prometheus, the character from Greek mythology who steals fire, gives it to humans, right? So there's kind of that same idea of like a person taking the idea of life and putting it back into something dead takes away a lot of power from the powers that be. So yeah, all-time classic and hugely underrated work of fiction. All right, question number 9. Hey, Martine, this one's for you. Which of these legendary comic authors co-created Batman in 1939? Answers available are Bob Kane, Jack Kirby, John Byrne, or Stan Lee. Once again, which of these legendary comic book authors co-created Batman in 1939? Bob Kane, Jack Kirby, John Byrne, or Stan Lee?
Ha ha.
2 Batman and Robin questions.
Ricardo, are you a comic book reader?
I was like a Wolverine, X-Men reader. Did some Batman for sure. What about you?
Batman is one of my jams. Batman, but like I like all comic books. Superman is one of my favorites, but I'm also a huge X-Men, all those guys. So yeah, big Batman, and you know it's like appropriate, right? Because if there's a time to talk about Batman, it's Halloween. Yeah, there you go. All right, y'all. Let's see the answers you guys went with. We had 5 for Bob Kane, 3 for Jack Kirby, 1 for John Byrne, and 4 for Stan Lee. Your correct answer was Bob Kane. Bob Kane.
No way.
Martine Castro also knows. Shout out to the co-creator on that situation. There's a lot of controversy about the creation of Batman in that regard. So if you know, you know. All right, y'all. Let's get into your final question for this round. After that, we will declare our literary lord or lady with question 10. Now, what novel by Russian author Boris Pasternak won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1858?
Oh,
so, yeah.
Good question.
Got to throw out a really hard one here. So just name the novel written by
Dude,
Boris
you're really
Pasternak.
killing it today, dude. I just want to put it out there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I always do love fun. I find you just fun questions to ask you guys. All right. Was that Lolita, Dr. Zhivago, War and Peace, or The Brothers Karamazov? Once again, what novel by Russian author Boris Pasternak won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1958? Was that Lolita, Dr. Zhivago, War and Peace, or The Brothers Karamazov? All right. You've got another few seconds. Thanks, man. Yeah, Karamazov. I tried to say that word right the first couple times. Karamazov. It's a hard word to say. All right, let's see your answers you went with. All right, so we had 10 for Dr. Zhivago, 2 for War and Peace, and 1 for Brothers Karamazov. Your correct answer this time was Dr. Zhivago. Yes, Dr. Zhivago, your correct answer on that one. So way to go. You guys did know a lot of those. Congratulations. You are all pretty literate, but let's find out who our top 3 are and declare our literate lord or lady for that round. All right, in third place, we have Brandy San Diego. Yes, 653 points and adding to her total. In second place, it's Ted Kruzamaki. He made a second half comeback in that back part of the round. And in first place, Real John. So Real John now at 2. He might catch up to our top 3 because he was outside of that group last time. So way to go, Real John, Ted Kruzamaki, and Brandy San Diego. Martin in fourth place, Mitch Dodge in fifth, Shady Lady in sixth, Ricardo in seventh, Turbo joining us there.
No, Danny, it looks like when I have some real competition, I got to double it. So I'm eighth.
Right, yeah. Your fourth has been taken from you, man.
It's
yeah.
fine. It's okay.
It's okay.
Look, man, I want competition.
That's right. I'm just
the dumbest in the room.
I'm so proud that we just have so much awesome competition, right? Like everybody's really holding their own.
Today's got to be the most competitive we've ever had.
I think so. I think that's a big shout out to all of our players because you guys are all killing it. This has been a really competitive game. And Nana, she had 311, so she's just stoked to have that number. Yeah, always fun when you have a fun number in your score. All right. Well, we're almost there. We have one more round to go, one trivia round left. After that, we'll declare our trivia traveler, our person with the most points. We're also going to have another fun title giveaway in this last round. And this one, it's about famous places. So I'm calling this round, we need to address the trivia in the room. That's right, because this is a round of trivia all about famous addresses. I'm going to give you some famous addresses. You're going to tell me the buildings and things you would find there. So, a round all about famous places, specifically identifying by their address. Whoever will get this one, well, you remember back in the MapQuest days when you had to punch in an address and all that? You're going to be our trivia navigator moving forward if you know these addresses. All right, y'all. Next round of trivia coming your way in just about 7 minutes.
Shout out Mitch Dodge. Hey Mitch, who's winning the wrestling match?
All right, y'all. We're getting ready for our next round of trivia, our last round of trivia. We got one more of our fun titles to give away. We got a really competitive game so far. I'm looking at our standings through our first 4 games, but I'm not going to tell you how much they've changed. but we do have some pretty competitive scores at this point. Oh, so that's what you're watching. You're watching NXT. That makes sense. Yeah, NXT actually wraps up now right as we get started. So he gets to finish watching that, and then he gets trivia, right?
WWE.
All I'll say is, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. Trick Williams is one of the funnest wrestlers.
Yeah, but nothing's
in
going to
NXT.
beat 1999's Hell in a Cell. Man.
Dude, so here's the thing. Like, we'll talk about wrestling. I got to put in a full-baked wrestling round at some point, just for me and Mitch.
Yes, please.
Just to me and Mitch, yeah. Like, go hard on
go
being
deep,
nerdy.
though,
But
Dan.
here's
You
the
gotta
no,
go Iron Sheik
here's the fun
deep, you
thing
know?
though. Like, wrestling is cool again in this really fun way where it's like, if you're paying attention, people are watching wrestling with more interest now.
Danny, everything is so fake.
Oh, I
that
know it's fake.
wrestling is real.
Here's the thing. So there's
Like,
a great.
they
There's
scripted it, but then you
Shout
see
out.
that they've like gone off script, and you're like,
well, I mean, you just like there's the element of like, yeah, they know who's gonna win, right? Because there's a great comedian. His name's Ron Funches. Look
but
him
they
up.
definitely go off script,
Well,
dude.
he goes. Well, he talks about it this way though. He goes like, look, I love professional wrestling, and I always want to say like, hey, you guys know it's fake. And it's like, right? What
Mitch
kind?
just says
what
it's
kind
scripted,
of, well,
not
here,
fake.
Here's what he goes.
That's the truth.
Well, here's what he says. He says, what kind of psychopath would I have to be for me to watch wrestling and want it to be real? Right? It's like you're talking about a show where a dude kidnaps another woman, or like a woman marries her without his consent and takes over half the company. That only works on a TV show. That can't be real
Scripted,
life,
not
right?
fake.
So exactly, it's opera for men, like or for everyone who likes wrestling. So it's very,
You know, it's scripted. It's
Yeah.
scripted television.
but also,
Hey, man,
but there's also,
you know,
but then going
Kardashians.
check it out. The other part of it though, right, is there's no element of like you're gonna script, and I'm gonna pick up this guy and I'm gonna throw him over this thing and through this thing, and he knows how to land in a way that it won't mess him up for life. That's the thing. Like, it's people who know how
like
to
Hell in a Cell, 1999.
right. It's people who know how to fall in a way that's like, yeah, this is still high key dangerous. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time, actually. He
Yeah,
was
one
really,
of the. What's the? Is it
Shout out
Logan?
shout
or
out
is
wrestler.
It whatever.
What's up?
Is it Logan or is it Jake? Whoever the one that's like jumping himself into the middle of a ring or something. That guy gives him.
Oh,
the
Jake
props
Paul,
for
yeah.
me.
Yeah, he's not cool, but I don't like him. But anyways,
Yeah,
but
I don't
but-
like him either.
but
But, I
he-
mean, like,
and
what
the
he's
thing
put
is,
his
and he's
body
legit,
through for
and-
sure for the script.
and he's
for
legit
sure.
pretty good at it. But the other thing that's
Legit good at
Yeah.
it. Right. I gotta give him credit
Well, 'cause-
right there.
so-
Only that though.
my favorite wrestler, like one of my favorite
Logan
wrestlers,
Paul.
is
Correction, Logan Paul.
his name is Big E Langston, and he doesn't wrestle anymore because a few years back he takes this like bump that he normally does and breaks his neck. And it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, if it would have been like a little bit worse, like, or like a little bit deeper or a little bit more to this side, it's like paralyzed for life. And so it's like, yeah, you can get real hurt doing this even if you know what you're doing. So it's still it's still a spectacle. It's still like people actually doing crazy things for my entertainment. So shout out to wrestlers, because you guys are the real
Shout
MVPs.
that shit out, Danny. Are you ready for round 5? The final round of all of it. Everything.
Yeah,
all of it.
yes, sir.
Everything is happening. Everything. It's all coming down to this, Danny. It's all coming down. We got 17 players, dude. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, man, we're all set for another fun round of trivia coming your way. This one is
You all
all
have a chance
about,
at the
yeah,
finals.
all about fun, different locations of famous buildings. It's coming your way in 30 seconds.
Where
Now,
in the
don't
world
forget,
is Danny San Diego.
you're going for those fastest answers. Faster answers means more points. More points at the end of the round. For this round, you will be the trivia navigator, and you get to add all of those points up. We're also going to declare our trivia traveler at the end of this one. Yeah, Martine kind of pointing out, it's the interaction of sport and theater, right? Of like, that's the fun thing about that sport is you get to make up the story. So the good guy
It's
wins.
the future of
It makes everybody
entertainment,
fun.
Danny.
Yeah.
We're right here. in the
I want
front
a
range.
football
The front
match.
range.
I want a football game where just like one of the other players comes out with a steel chair. Let's go. All right, let's get into our first question for this round. What well-known Washington, D.C. building sits at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? Answers available are the U.S. Capitol, the White House, the Jefferson Memorial, and the Washington Monument. Once again, what well-known Washington, D.C. building sits at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? The U.S. Capitol, the White House, the Jefferson Memorial, or the Washington Monument?
Yep, let's work it out. Let's stretch them out. Stretch your legs. Stretch your brain. Stretch your brain. Get ready for the 9 more questions you have.
All right,
Maybe
question.
meet the championship, right, Danny?
Yes, sir.
Come on, this is incredible, right?
Question number 1. Let's see your answers. All right, so most of you guys went with the White House. We had 92%, 12 answers for White House, 1 for U.S. Capitol. Your correct answer this time was the White House. Yes, the White House, your correct answer for answer number 1. Let's get into question number 2. Hey, look at that. Which of these cartoon clans resides at 742 Evergreen Terrace? Answers available for you. Is it the Griffins, the Belchers, the Simpsons, or the Smiths? Once again, which of these cartoon clans resides at 742 Evergreen Terrace?
The fingers you have
The
used to
Griffins,
dial
the
are too
Belchers,
fast.
the Simpsons, or the Smiths? I've asked questions about a couple of these families tonight.
That was a producer. I pressed the button on one side with my right hand, and
Oh, as you're like moving the phone around, hit it kind of from the wrong angle. Yeah. Gotta be careful. Gotta be in that right position to get those answers in. Let's see what you guys went with. We had 1 for the Griffins. We had 2 for the Belchers.
40% of
and
all people know
10
that.
answers for the Simpsons. That is, of course, the Simpsons. I had a few Simpsons questions. Figured I'd do one more because they got a famous address too. I'm going to have a few more pop culture reference address as well in this round. All right, question number 3. What U.S. city is home to the world of famous bars of Bourbon Street? Which city is it? Is that New Orleans, Memphis, Miami, or Atlantic City? Once again, what U.S. city is home to the world famous bars of Bourbon Street? New Orleans, Memphis, Miami, or Atlantic City?
I don't know.
It happens. All right, y'all. Let's see your answers for this one. Your answers. We had 100% of the answers for New Orleans. That's because it's your correct answer. Yeah, one of my best friends from that area, and so she always talks like, yeah, you just drink beer on the street. That's the coolest thing. So I want to go to New Orleans. All right, question number 4. What New York City skyscraper looms large over Manhattan at 350 Fifth Avenue? So what skyscraper is at 350 Fifth Avenue? Is it 1 World Trade Center, the Chrysler Building, Rockefeller Plaza, or the Empire State Building? So one more time, what New York City skyscraper looms large over Manhattan at 350 Fifth Avenue? Is that 1 World Trade Center, Chrysler Building, Rockefeller Plaza, or Empire State Building?
40% of all people know that.
All right, 4 seconds left for your answers. Let's see what you put down. All right, we had 3 for the Chrysler, we had 1 for the Rockefeller, and 9 for the Empire State. You've got an Empire State of Mind, 69% getting it right. Nice. All right, we have.
bottle of red,
Yep, that's the one. All right.
bottle of white.
We've got question number 5. After that, we're going to check in with you and see how you're doing through 5 questions. All right, now, which of these literary legends lives at 221 B Baker Street? Is that Jay Gatsby, Holly Golightly, James Bond, or Sherlock Holmes? Once again, which of these literary legends lives at 221 B Baker Street? Is it Jay Gatsby, Holly Golightly, James Bond, or Sherlock Holmes? I had one more literature question for you. All right, y'all. We got you this next round. Let's see, or this next question. Let's see what you guys went with. All right, we had 1 each for Gatsby and Golightly, with 11 for Sherlock Holmes. It's elementary, my dear players. That's right, it's Sherlock Holmes. All right,
Yes.
y'all. So yeah, Martine was saying in the chat that he thought this was not going to be his round, but he is killing it. So let's see how you're doing with everyone else. All right, 5 questions down. Ted Kruzamaki making a good play, 469. Nice points for Ted so far. We got Darren in second place, just 4 points behind with Suburban Rain. And Shay Shady Lady, 458 points, right there in third place as well. Anana in fifth, Mitch Dodge in, Anana in fourth, Mitch Dodge in fifth. I'm going to check out my standings over here. So
Shout out Mitch Dodge.
Yeah, shout out Mitch Dodge in fifth place. In fourth place. No, I'm looking at something else. Yeah, so Mitch Dodge is in fifth place. Martin, MGM, in sixth place. Brandy, San Diego, seventh. Real John, Media Killers, Team Bucks, Turbo, J-Dog, all getting
The
over
top 9 are only 100 away.
Points,
from
yeah.
First place, 100 away only.
So it is a close competition. A lot of people over 200 points so far. All right, we got 5 more questions to go. Let's find out more about these famous addresses I've got in store for you. Question number 6. In which Pixar movie does the address 42 Wallaby Way play a crucial role? Is
Cassandra's
that
not even here.
Up, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, or A Bug's Life? Once again, in which Pixar movie does the address 42 Wallaby Way play a crucial role? Is that Up, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles, or A Bug's Life?
So, Danny, do you
yes,
think
sir.
that is it Lady Lay?
Shady Lady.
No,
like
Shay
Layla
Lady
Lay. Like Neil.
I feel like we need
Lay
a
Lady Lay.
a phonetic in the chat for everybody. I feel like it's more poetic if it's Shay Lady Lay.
I mean, maybe, but I do think it's Shady Lady. That's my friend Shay. Shout out Shay. We play D&D together. She's one of the most delightful people I know. Like, true shout out, a genuine sweetheart.
Shout out Shay.
Yeah, shout out Shay. And so
Yeah,
I figured it is
I
Shady
think they're beautiful
Lady.
either way. I feel like it's nice to get a little zhuzh.
I get you. Well, if you're feeling it, then Shady Lady, we offer you that name change if you'd like. All right, y'all. Let's see the answers that you guys went with. We had 2 for Up and 11 for Finding Nemo. Your correct answer. That is the address of the dentist office in Finding Nemo.
Oh man.
Yeah. That was that's on the inside of the scuba gear. That's how they know to go find the their location. All right, y'all. So, question number 7. This is another famous address. In the UK, the Prime Minister lives at 10 blank Street in Westminster, London. So what's the name of that street where the Prime Minister lives? Is it Darling, Downton, Downing, or Dowling? So some similar answers in that pack. Once again, the UK Prime Minister lives at 10 blank Street in Westminster, London. Is that Darling, Downton, Downing, or Dowling? Tell me which one you think it is. Yep, Mitch. See, I told you at the beginning of the game, I like to get tricky.
40% of all
Give you
people know that.
answers that look similar, so it's easy to accidentally pick the wrong one. All right, just a few seconds left if you haven't got it in yet. All right, time to find out what you put down. All right, now we had 2 for Downton and 11 for Downing. Your correct answer was Downing. Yes, Downing is the street we were looking for. Downton is the Abbey. Oh, Mitch Dodge. Oh, so Martine said for real, he almost did that as well. So you guys are on the same path. It's very easy to get mixed up with those. Maybe I've got another one like that. All right. Oh, Ricardo, did you have something you want to throw in there?
Nope.
Oh, all right. Question number 8. All right. Which of these
That's
Parisian...
what I wanted.
There it is. Which of these Parisian landmark anchors one end of the Rue de Rivoli in the City of Lights? So one of these landmarks is at the end of it. Is it the Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre Museum, the Notre Dame de Paris, or the Eiffel Tower, or Notre Dame de Paris? So once again, which of these Parisian landmarks anchors one end of the Rue de Rivoli in the City of Lights? Is that the Arc de Triomphe, the Louvre Museum, the Notre Dame in Paris, or the Eiffel Tower?
It's a Vita France Cafe.
All right, your answers are in. Let's see what you went with. All right, we had a good split this time. We had 3 for the Arc de Triomphe. We had 2 for the Louvre. We had 1 for the Notre Dame de Paris. And we had 7 for the Eiffel Tower. Your correct answer was the Louvre Museum.
man.
Yeah, this is actually a little bit of a challenging
No
one.
way.
Louvre Museum. So, we're going to have a mix-up after those first 8 questions. 2 more questions to go. Which of these classic television families lived at 1313 Mockingbird Lane? So I got another fictional one for you. Who lived at 1313 Mockingbird Lane? Was it the Addams Family, the Brady Bunch, the Munsters, or the Flintstones? So once again, which of these classic television families lived at 1313 Mockingbird Lane? The Addams Family, the Brady Bunch, the Munsters, or the Flintstones?
Kardashians.
The Kardashians is a great answer at this time.
Okay, yeah, so I'm looking back in the thread, and the Shade Lady, yeah, you're right. That's my dyslexia or something.
Oh, I
Way
do that
off,
all the
dude.
time.
Way off. I
Yeah.
know you guys are not even thinking about that, but it's like, oh, wow, that is not what I said. Okay,
It's all
sorry.
good. All good.
It's fun, though.
It is. It's a great name.
It was fun. I sung a little bit.
All right, let's see the answers you guys went with. All right, for this one, we had 1 for Addams Family, 4 for Brady Bunch, and 6 for the Munsters. Your correct answer this time is the Munsters.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Munsters. That was always a really interesting house, right? Because they had like the staircase that would open up. They had a dragon underneath the staircase. It's a wild show. All right, we got 1 question left. 1 last question for tonight. After this, we'll declare our winner for the round, and we'll find out who our trivia traveler is. All right, question number 10. According to the U.S. Postal Service, what is Santa's official address at the North Pole? All right, so this is according... Now, quick heads up for some of our people who might be jumping ahead. This is according to the U.S. Postal Service.
I mean, didn't the North Pole get taken over by Amazon?
We'll find out more. I don't think that's the case. But let's do that. I'm going to read that one more time. According to the U.S. Postal Service, what is Santa's official address at the North Pole? Is that 123 Candy Cane Lane, 123 Elf Road, 123 Arctic Avenue, or 123 St. Nick Street?
Danny, are we in the Die Hard universe?
There's been
Are we in the Die Hard universe? Well, no. So I think, Turbo, you were alluding to what I was kind of putting down is Canadians have a different perspective of this, right?
Aha.
So the Canadian postal codes are always a letter, number, letter, number, letter. And so in Canada, his postal code is H4H4H4, which looks like haha, right? Okay, I think
Yes,
that's
okay.
I think
Yeah,
that's
right,
all
okay,
of it.
okay,
But
I'm
that is
following
the
you.
Canadian one. So the US has met a different address. Let's see what you guys think it was. Now we had 6 for 123 Candy Cane Lane and
the
6
split I
for
expected.
Elf Road. Yeah, 123 Elf Road with one last one for what was this again? Okay, there it is.
Trap House Lane.
Arctic Avenue, Trap House Lane. It's because it's mirrored, so I can never quite remember which direction I got to move. All right, so we had an even split though between Candy Cane Lane and Elf Road. Your correct answer was 123 Elf Road.
way.
Elf Road.
No way.
Martine could have sworn it was 34th Street. All right,
I could
y'all.
have sworn it too.
I
Yeah.
blew it.
All right, now that's just where he lives
That was
when he's
my
at.
last chance
That's
in,
his.
in the podium.
That's
Danny.
his place
It's
of
over.
that's his place of work. He works at Macy's. He lives at the North Pole and works from home. He's just always working.
Where does he get his meth? That guy has a lot of energy.
Yeah, right. From the elves, they're actually his supplier. That's why he keeps
That
them around.
makes
Yeah.
it's like a Breaking Bad elf version.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want to go to 123 Lane. It's a Elf Lane. It's a messed up place.
Yeah, the Trap House.
All right, let's see how you did. Let's see our top 3. We're going to declare our winner. You're going to be our trivia navigator next time we go on a trivia road trip. In 3rd place, it's MGM. Way to go, Martin. Way to go with 732 points. In 2nd, Ted Kruzamaki making a play for maybe the trivia traveler. And in 1st place, it's Brandy San Diego. Brandy San Diego also holding it down with 838 points. So it's going to be a really close game for that trivia traveler spot. But first, let's just kind of go over the rest of the rankings for this round. In 4th place, we had Mitch Dodge. Shout out Mitch Dodge. In 4th place, Adriana Anana. We had the Bucks in 6th place with 665 points, and Darren right behind 650. Real John 602, Shady Lady and Turbo rounding us out in our top 10. Thank you guys,
Shady Lady
everyone.
Lay.
Shady Lady Lady. Thank you everybody for
Sorry.
playing.
Okay. Now I see it. I see it now.
It's all good.
It's just like, hey, Lady Lay. like it's there.
Well, yeah. No, I mean, there's a very famous song, right, that has that tenor or those lyrics, right? So I get where you're coming from. All right, but so we got those we got those standings, I should say, for that round up there, and that was our last round of regular trivia. So now we're gonna add up all the points you've gotten across the 5 round of trivia. But before we do that, before we actually declare our winners, I do want to shout out the man that you guys been hearing, the guy that takes care of us every Tuesday night, Turbo back there, our engineer, made things done.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out
I'm
Turbo.
just a weird man behind many weird screens. Listen, please tell your friends and have them join us next week.
Yeah. And
Right,
next
Danny?
week, okay, and especially next week,
This
right?
guy's a genius.
If you
You're
guys,
getting like deep cut trivia here.
and if you guys like Halloween, you guys are going to really want to see me do trivia next week because I'm going to be in costume. I said we're not going to give it away. I'm going to give one hint, just one hint.
Ooh.
And it goes like this. So that's the one hint. I don't know if you guys caught that. If you guys know what that is,
Yes,
you might know
you're
what it
going
is.
to be Eeyore.
Yeah, you'll find out. If you'll see it next week. Well, we're gonna have some fun with it. Thank you. I like that. So yeah, trivia next week. Our Halloween trivia. Now, let's get down to it. Thank you guys for everybody who played. Thank you guys for everybody who helped out here in the studio and had fun with us. Now it's time for our top 3. Let's get our 3rd place overall. It's Real John. Real John with 2,840 points. All right, in 2nd place, Randy San Diego, 2,979. So close, which means I think it is Ted Cruzamaki, 2,997. What is the split on that? Like 4 points? No, 18 points. Yeah, less than 20 point difference between Brandy and Ted Cruzamaki. Very good, guys. Very competitive game right there at the top. And Real John just right behind the two of you, too. So congratulations. Both of y'all getting a lot of points. Congratulations. Thank you, Martine. You're now the 2nd furthest person who's ever won us away from our studio.
So incredible.
Very cool. Thank you for joining us, Martine, on his first time here at the Trivia Tavern. You did it, man. You ran the table on some of your rounds, maybe stuff you didn't think you were going to know, but you had those questions. Threw in a Batman question or two. Is Santa's postal code in Canada? So that's the joke, right? Is that because of what they joke about the way postal codes work is that Santa's postal code is a Canadian postal code. Martine is using all of the gamer chat in the chat. So GG, pizza and Calder Rough, but TV shows and addresses were free. 2nd time. Oh, that's right. That's right. You did join us last time. You guys should play for us a little bit. So congratulations. Way to go on your 2nd endeavor playing with us.
Hey, Danny.
Thank you.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah, what's up, bud?
Thank you so much for doing what you're doing.
Thank
This
you,
is
guys.
cutting edge trivia, dude. It's cutting edge.
All right. That's
it's
what it
fucking cutting edge trivia. Danny giving it to you guys. Cutting edge. This is like from his brain to you. You know, every week. Just
Thank you,
tune in,
guys.
tell your friends.
Yeah. Thank you,
Danny,
guys.
you want to send us out?
I am about you. I want to just say thank you guys for tuning in. This is one of my favorite things to do. We're having a lot of fun with it. Keep tuning in. Make sure you're following, subscribing, liking, doing all those things. And then 2, letting people know, like, especially if you're good at the trivia, right? Or if you're just having a good time playing along, you can always do the thing of like getting together, watching it at somebody's place, and see who wins amongst your group of friends, right? Or if you're really good at it, you invite them to watch so you can dunk on them and just beat them at trivia. So either one is fun. Let them know about the show. With all that said, we'll be back next Tuesday, and then we're taking the week of the presidential election off. So next week, I will have lots of spooky stuff in store for you. I'll be in costume. I hope to see you all there. With all of that said, I always like to remind you that Wundle plus Wundle equals Toodles. Until next time.